The top-ranked Braves came into the tournament hoping to play some sweet music, but Olympics played a sour note in the opening game, playing stall ball, refusing to shoot the basketball, but the strategy backfired on the Trojans. Kamiakin with just too many athletes. Still got Jeff Utek on the alley-oop from Tony Shoemaker. And the Trojans had nobody to match up with the big fella. Check out Scott Pollard with the jam with one hand. Kamiakin goes on to win 37-23. Braves fans were cheering the team's 20-19 lead at the half over Federal Way, and when Jeff Utek hit this three, it was 29-19. But the Braves would only score one more field goal for the entire game. When Tony Shoemaker's pass was picked off, the Eagles worked it around the perimeter, and their point guard, number 10, Kamiakin, with 6. This three, suddenly 35-34, Federal Way. Scott Pollard shot only 7 for 15 from the line this game. Made the first of a one-on-one to tie it, but he did not make the second. Tied at 35. Now check out the action on the other end of the court. Reed would drive on Glenn McLeod. He appears to slip. Travel? No. Foul on McLeod. Reed goes to the line where he calmly shoots the first. And then the second, 37-35. Kamiakin with one last shot. Jeff Utek in three is no good. Glenn McLeod a second too late. Kamiakin, the improbable has happened. Friday's morning headlines were not kind to the Braves. They had to play the consolation game against Juanita High School, and this time the big guy carried them. Scott Pollard going baseline here. He had 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 blocks. Get out. Scott Roberts, he chipped in with 16 against Juanita. The Braves chopped them down, 56-33 to survive in the tournament. Yesterday, Don Shoemaker's club found themselves playing Central Valley for the third time this year. 4th place in the tournament on the line. And check out the big guy, giving his coach a farewell present with the jam. Central Valley would play tough in this one. They were down 4 in the 4th quarter, but Scott Roberts bombs the three from outside. He had 13 to help lead the Braves. Too many athletes for Kamiakin. Glenn McLeod to Roberts. He lays it up. 54-41. The Braves finish 4th.
Hey guys, not just this year, but the last 4 years, and I'm back when I was 10 years old. Just playing with them in a playground and on the basketball team. I really miss them, just hanging out with the guys and how good of friends I became with them throughout the year, and just how they accepted me as one of their own. They had all grown up together, and it was taking tough things for them to do.
Had to be the best 4th place basketball team in the history of high school hoops. Meanwhile, the Lady Braves story really didn't take shape until the boys lost on Thursday. After an easy first-round win over Lake Washington, the girls suddenly found themselves responsible for picking up the spirit of the boys' team, the thousands of Kamiakin fans in Seattle, and all of the disappointed natives back home. Quite a burden to bear as they got ready to play Auburn High. Kevin Estes wasted no time reminding his team that they were now in the spotlight and that everybody was watching them. Ari Skorpic, he responded to her coach's instructions. Check out the senior guard on the left-handed drive and a count. Jill Willis, she chipped in as well. She'll get the pass from Skorpic and bury the baseline jumper. Tina Lansing, she was her normal consistent self, driving, stopping, popping, and hitting. She had 10. Tracy Stein, she would hit the rebound follow of the Skorpic miss. Kamiakin, 63. Auburn, 36. The Lady Braves go to the semis.
Boys lost all of the fans and everything else, but you guys get first and nice, to keep winning.
Friday night, Lady Braves in the semifinals against Snohomish. Aries Slippick comes out bombing. First she hits the three. Then Aries to the hole. Slippick scores the first 5 points of the ball game. Tracy Stein continues to play well down low. Check it out here. Yes, and it counts. Plus the foul. Lady Braves up 6 after 1. But right there, check it out. After the Gina Lansing score, Amy Duchesne will beat everybody down the court. Layup for Snohomish. It's tied at the half, and we have a ball game. Late in the game now, Kevin Estes looking on, and it's the same girl for the Panthers. Duchesne down low. Check her out with the left-handed hook. 50-47. Lady Panthers. Kamiakin will work the ball around. Gina Lansing, 10 seconds left. The three. Yes. We're going to overtime. Tied at 50. Critical mistake here, though. Gina called for traveling in the OC. Ball goes to Snohomish. And Robin Drury. Check her out. She's going to get the ball on the right-hand side to drive baseline against Tracy Stein. Over Lansing, 54-53 Panthers. Kamiakin hustles the ball down. Carmel Lansing for the win. No. Just like the boys the day before, Kamiakin loses 54-53. Less than 24 hours later, the Lady Brave seniors take the court for the last time. And Tracy Stein was going to make it count. Plus the foul, Jackie Liebler loves it. Gina Lansing, she was going to do well in her farewell game. From the left side with the three. And how about from the right side with the three? Gina had 15 points yesterday. Aries Scorpius to the hole. Her last bucket as a Lady Brave. She had 11. The Lady Braves win it 60-42. A redemption for Carmel Lansing. Since 2 threes. How about it? Like the boys, the girls were playing for pride and playing for the last time together. But unlike some of the guys, this was also the last game of many of their basketball lives.
Yeah, when, it's our last, chance, to be together, play basketball, state tournament and everything. And, that meant a lot to us. It took a lot of courage. We were up all night. And we just played together as a team and helped each other out. It was tough. It was very tough, but we did it for our pride. It was very cool. It's very tough.
Emotionally spent, the Lady Braves end it with class. Or maybe it's a mistake, but that's first in a lot of hearts. When we come back, a tribute to Hanford and Prosser. Plus, we live the Braves' magical season through the words of one of the players. Now, through Tony Shoemaker's season-long diary. December 1st. Last night was great. Everything went perfect. We played so well. I love the full crowd all coming to see how real we really were. I'm glad we proved ourselves. I'm sure the whole big man is there watching. December 30th. We just finished beating DeMatha of Maryland, and we finished up 2-1 in the Beach South Classic. Yesterday, we beat South Lake by about 15. They had Joe Beard on their team, who's going to Duke, but Scott Roberts played great defense on him. He held him to just 11 points. Plus, his 6 points, so Scott had to work extra hard. January 16th. Last night, we routed Davis by 41 points at our place. It was a big win because I really thought that Coach Price had them believing that they could win. It was kind of a revenge game for last year's loss, but we realized we still have to go fair and play. January 23rd. Friday night, we played the big crosstown rival at our place. We played the first game of the doubleheader with the girls playing after us. It was a full house as you would expect with the Kamiakin game. The game was close for the first quarter, and I think people thought they were going to win. Throughout the second quarter, we broke loose and had a 15-point lead at half. February 6th. We got our revenge last night against the Pirates of Davis. We needed that win to get back to last year at best.
It started out pretty scrappy and ugly in the first quarter. I think we were probably a little tight since we knew we hadn't won up there in 5 years. Once we settled down, we played well, and we ended up with a 22-point victory. February 20th, our crosstown rival turned out to be kind of a letdown for the fans as we rolled on past Kennewick fairly easily. Again, it was a doubleheader with the Bears. We played so good, and our defense was extra tough. February 28th, the district championship was last night, and we beat Ice really bad. We played so solid and smart that sometimes I don't realize it until I look up at the score and we're one up. March 3rd, last night we beat University of Spokane in the first round of regionals at Richmond High. I was never afraid of losing, but I didn't think we would win the way we did. We won by about 40 points again, but the thing that surprised me was our offense. We were completely on fire, and the second quarter was just plain amazing. March 7th, yeah, we're going to take the #1 seed next week because we beat Fair. They were a good team and very smart. We shot the lights out, and that's why we couldn't blow them out. We did win by 16 though. March 12th, well, yesterday we did what I thought was the impossible. Everyone on the team played terribly, and we lost in the quarterfinals of state to Federal Way. The thing that is so weird is that if anyone would have played even decent, then we would have won. We only lost by 2, and like I said, we all played terribly. Well, our season goal is ruined now, and it still hasn't set in. This will hurt for a long time. It's not often you have a team this good that could win a state championship.
Boys and girls did not spend all their time in Seattle in the gym. Last Thursday, we followed the Lady Braves throughout the day, so come on along and find out what they were up to. 10:30 a.m. The girls hit the pavement. Their destination? The Westlake Center Shopping Mall. First stop, the Disney Store, where Jackie Liebler made a new friend.
I'm trying to have Piglet. I'm buying it. Okay, I love Piglet.
In the Foot Locker, Tracy bought some new kicks, and we found out that it takes 2 Lady Braves to equal 1 Shaq. Of course, business was never far from the girls' mind.
Ready to win, though. Yeah.
About 3 p.m., it's time to head for the Seattle Center Coliseum to watch the boys take on Federal Way. The game starts an hour late, and by the time it's over, the girls are well behind their planned schedule. After a brief shoot-around and a piece of dinner, you might think the day is done, but no, it's just getting started. Time to get to work as the Lady Braves play their second-round game against Auburn High School. The team beats Auburn easily, but the day's not over yet. Only after several post-game interviews can the girls head back to the hotel and call it a day. Some 12 and a half hours after they left the hotel for the first time that morning. The days were long, folks. Let me ask you this. When you think of Scott Pollard, what comes to mind? Force, strength, height maybe? Well, how about sensitivity, caring, and love? Doesn't sound like the big guy to you? Well, you may be very surprised. Scott Pollard is a standout on Kamiakin's basketball team. However, Scott is simply a role player on another team, his family. And with 4 brothers and a sister, you might think Scott would wish to stand out more as an individual among his siblings. Guess again.
I always wanted them around more than they were. My brothers were going off to college when I started becoming, aware of real friendship and love for your members of your family.
Scott takes great pride in preserving the memory of his late father, Pearl. He wears Pearl's high school ring, and on the court, he wears his dad's old number, 31, and prints Pearl's nickname, Poison, on his shoes. But that wasn't originally Scott's idea. His former teammates Victoria Pines get the credit for that.
A couple of my close friends and seniors on the team, and they got the team together, and we brought Steven, and I brought Steven, and I didn't know what was going on. They grabbed my shoe and said, hey, everyone's going to put poison on their shoes for your dad. I I think I almost broke down. I think I did break down actually and cried so loud.
It's normal to turn to your family when you're disappointed and extremely upset. And that's exactly what Scott Pollard did after Kamiakin's loss to Federal away.
Alan and I had a huge last night. He told me that he knows what it's like. He just told me not to, be really sad about it, but life goes on. We've had a lot of little talks from time to time, and it's just something that's not a one-time event. We're there for each other, and it's something that's built in. Doesn't come from time to time.
Scott is the youngest Pollard. His departure for college in the fall will be bittersweet for his mom, Marla.
Every mother feels a great deal of joy and happiness when a child is ready to go out into the world. You've kind of done your part as a mother. You've done about all you can, and they're ready for the big world. And you kind of have to smile a little bit because they are just going to go out and conquer it all by themselves.
For the Scott runs into problems, you know where he's going to go. When we come back on A Brave New World, a final tribute to some very deserving boys and girls. New world. Folks, in my business, reporters are taught to be objective. We're taught to separate ourselves and our emotions from a story. Folks, that was very difficult to do this week. It hurt to watch the Kamiakin boys and girls, kids who you spend every day with for the last few months, suffer the supreme disappointment which occurred in Seattle. The emotions in the buildings were strong, and the feelings were genuine. These young men and women are more than just good basketball players. They're good students, and they're, most importantly, good people. Congratulations, kids. Please, be proud of yourself. You're all winners, no matter what the final score said. Four teams, four dreams. March Madness of the high school kind brought heartswell and heartbreak to Tri-City area basketball fans. One team came home earlier than expected. One stayed much longer than anyone expected. And the tremendous expectations placed on the boys and girls of Kamiakin High took their toll. KHR followed the Falcons, Mustangs, and Braves on the road to Seattle and Tacoma. And tonight, we bring you their story. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the studios of KHR for this special presentation as we follow the state tournament over the last couple of days. It was quite a week. As we said, four teams, four dreams, four very different stories, yet in many ways, especially regarding the Kamiakin boys and girls, very similar in nature. Over the next half hour, we will show you the stories of the boys and girls trek to state championships and also touch on the AA state tournament in Tacoma. It was quite a week. And first we start with the boys. The expectations, as we said, were huge indeed. They were ranked number one all season long in the state of Washington. Hadn't lost a game in the state until they got to the tournament. Missed is how they got there. Talent, commitment, desire, intensity are all words used to describe the Kamiakin Braves. Ranked number one in Washington all season long, the Braves arrived in Seattle with the weight of the world on their shoulders. But no one expected that weight to be such an insurmountable burden. One could sense trouble on opening night when a smaller Olympic team stalled their way through a 16-point loss that kept the Braves from running and had them worried similar tactics were ahead. But what lied ahead was a patient, athletic, and confident Federal Way team. Letting Kid guard Kamiakin hit two consecutive big jump shots in the fourth quarter to erase a third quarter 10-point deficit and give the Eagles the lead. And when Jeff Utek's winning three-point attempt fell short, so did the Braves' chances of reaching the pinnacle of their season-long dreams.
They were really devastated last night, and today it was just ain't over. And, we really did some talking and got the kids together to talk about what our options were. And we wanted to come out and play today and go for that fourth place goal.
The Braves bounced back strong, winning convincingly in a consolation game against Juanita on Friday. But Saturday, in a win that gave them fourth place in the tournament, Braves players were having trouble getting excited about their third victory of the season over Central Valley, and the realization of what could have been came flowing to the surface.
Got that one out there really hard. Got that score most before the game was over, but I've been thinking about the whole game. I really had a lot of fun with it.
So we did get fourth, and we fell short of the main goal between the three of those two, but fourth is better than nothing, and so I guess that's good enough. And joining me now here in the studio, two Kamiakin seniors, Scott Pollard and Tony Shoemaker. And guys, welcome to the studio. First of all, you've had a day to digest this now. You've made the trip home. You're back in familiar surroundings. Does it feel any differently today, Scott?
It's still bothering me a little bit, Big dream is since started for us. Had a little time to relax last night. I was with a couple of the players and we relaxed a bit and couldn't unwind from the trip, but it still hurts.
Obviously, it'll take some time, but eventually you think this is going to be something last week that you'll look back on as fond memory.
The year as a whole will definitely be a fond memory of mine. I don't know about the trip itself. It was tough to take. Fourth place definitely was better than nothing at all. And we're really happy that we got at least fourth place. We got to bring home some trophies, but even nice other than that.
How have you guys been received, Tony? Have you had a chance to get out there and hear some of the things that people giving you any feedback now that you've returned?
Not so much here in town, but up in Seattle, yeah, a lot of people come up to us and say, hey, I mean, we're still the best and in our eyes, and just because you fell short of your goal doesn't mean you're, better than losers or something. You guys still did really well.
Are you still in the analysis process? Are you still kind of beating yourself over this and trying to think of how it happened and why it happened?
Yeah, we talked about that all. What do we do wrong? Why couldn't we get it done? I mean, that's probably what happened. So,
any new answers? I mean, anything that you feel differently than you did Thursday?
Not to me, right? Thursday, we keep going over and over in my mind. I keep rewinding, fast forward, and that's how we get as much.
Did you underestimate the atmosphere? Was it possible that you underestimated exactly how much pressure there would be over there because you handled it so well at the district tournament and so well up in Sweeney? Was it just a whole new ballgame in Seattle?
It didn't seem like it would be. I didn't feel any pressure, any extra pressure that I hadn't felt before, and it seemed as a team that we'd dealt with it pretty well all year. And so I really didn't feel any pressure, but obviously it was there somehow.
One of the overwhelming sentiments that you heard after the game in the next couple of days over the tournament was support for you guys, especially from other coaches. And we have a comment now from Terry Irwin, the Central Valley coach. You're very familiar with him. You beat their team 3 times this year, and again to take fourth place in that Saturday game. Here's what he had to say about how he feels about the performance.
We played them 3 times.
Right now and get some reaction.
They're the best high school team I've seen in the state of Washington for a long time. And it's unfortunate that, they had the weight of the world on their shoulders. I think everyone else felt the same way, and it just just shows that this is a real mental game, and just got too much to bear that burden. But I don't care what happens in the tournament. They're the best I've seen.
Obviously, as you said, it's still going to be written on paper forever that you guys weren't the state champions, that you finished fourth. But hearing things like that, does that help you?
Helps me. I mean, just to see that coaches still, respect us and didn't think we just come out here and we overrated the whole year and what people said. So that helps.
Any consolation, Scott?
Yeah, it's a little consolation that other people realize that we didn't. That wasn't our team that lost out there. That was a ghost team. It wasn't the Braves. We've been playing all year. A little consolation, but just have to say.
What kind of effect does it have in the next couple of days? Actually, two things happen. First of all, Ferris makes the championship game. So knowing you would have played them again, you handled them so easily in the regionals. And then also the Federal Way struggled so much for the next 2 days after playing you guys. Did that alter your feelings at all?
It helps us a little bit mentally to know that Federal Way lost, the next day. That helped us feel like that other people would realize that it was a fluke that they beat us. And that wasn't our best game. So that was a little bit of a mental edge for us.
Now, for both of you guys, a chance to move on. You're both college bound. Tony's on Utah State side, of course, for Kansas. And your coaching situation is a little unsettled still down there, but looking forward to that new start.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought about too much, but the next month or two, I'll try to start thinking about it and doing some things. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Is that an important part of the healing process, I guess, to get out back on the court again and play?
Yes, definitely. Like the coach mentioned, it's very mental to being on the court. The way I've dealt with my problems in the past is just go out and play ball and forget everything else that happened.
Okay. I know it's been a tough week for you guys, but certainly a lot of memories and a lot of fun ones from the year. You guys had a great year no matter what, and of course the comments were pretty accurate ones. I mean, you'll still go down, I think, as one of the best teams in the history of the state, certainly the best fourth place. So congratulations to you guys. It was a heck of a year, and good luck to you both in the future.
Thank you.
Okay, we have much more ahead. We're going to take a look at the double A girls. Also faced a lot of pressure they weren't really expecting come Friday, and here's why. The boys' loss shifted the weight of fan expectations onto the very capable shoulders of the Kamiakin girls. The team, their only 2 losses of the year, come at the hands of top-ranked Central Valley. Number 2 Kamiakin wanted one more shot at the Bears in the championship game. Wednesday, the Braves took off a slow start to crush the Lake Washington Kangaroos, and the Bear Hunt seemed to be in good shape. Indeed, Thursday, against the school that Kevin Estes used to teach at, in an emotionally charged matchup against Auburn, the Braves again started slow before pulling away to hand the Trojans their second worst loss in school history. But no one knew then the toll it would take playing that game just hours after the boys had fallen. In the semifinals, the 4th-ranked Snohomish Panthers lie in wait. Kamiakin built an early 10-point lead, but the shooting of Melinda Flores and Cindy McIntyre closed the gap and sent the game into overtime. And there, with just 12.5 seconds left to play, Robin Drew gave the Panthers the lead for good. Kamiakin had a chance to win it, but just as the boys saw their 3-point attempt against Federal Way miss the mark, so too with the girls. So for the second year in a row, the Braves would find themselves playing for 3rd place. And in an almost eerie and automatic fashion, they dispatched Edmonds Woodway yesterday to earn 3rd in state.
Last year it was more of a surprise to get as far as we could. We were really happy, that we got that far and 3rd place was great. And this year, we expected, to do more. We wanted to, get, farther than we did and came championship game.
And now the seniors, and most of them, Angela Amon couldn't join us today, join me now in the studio as well as head coach Kevin Estes. And Tracy Stein, we're going to start with you. First, let's name the seniors. Tracy Stein, Larry Silver, Gina Lansing, Catherine Shaffrey, and Shalon Childs join us. And Tracy, you've had a couple of days to think about it now. Has the healing process started?
Just a little bit. I think we're still a little bit down about losing that semifinal game to Snohomish. It was a tough game, and everyone played really good. And I'm proud of how everyone played, and I was happy to get 3rd place. Like the boys said, it was better than good enough in a row.
Now, you guys all stayed in the same hotel, the boys team and the girls team and everything. And really, the stories were so similar. The way you lost the ball games that you lost it, and the circumstances you lost them under. Did you spend any time talking with members of the boys team and talking the situation out between the 2 teams?
Yeah, because the situations are so close, like you said, and we both felt the same way, I think, emotionally, and um, we did talk it over with the boys. The night they lost, I don't think we wanted to say anything to them because they were so kind of unhappy that night. So we didn't want to talk to them because we felt that it would affect them more. We didn't want to, and we still had a game to concentrate on ourselves. So yeah, we talked things over, and we just we have to keep playing and just concentrate on the games we had left.
So when you're in the microphone of Catherine, quick question for you. I guess when all this moves out, when you do look back on the season, what are you going to remember most about playing with all these girls?
I think I remember most all the friendships we made and all the fun times we had, and we've been really great friends, not only on the court but off the court too.
Okay. And Kevin, I guess that certainly the cupboard isn't bare. We have some names here. This is what you have coming back. John, if you can take a look at those. These are the underclassmen, and most of them saw a lot of time this year. And in the tournament, we found a lot of time for some of them. Some of the names, Tracy Lorenz, Carmel Lansing, we found a lot of time for them in the finals. Jill Liebler, Angela Aim, and Lisa Harvey and Holly Togia. Of course, Lisa and Holly started all season long, so really a good news for us coming back next week.
Yeah, we didn't sort of have a pat starting lineup the whole year, depended on the game. Angela got us started a little bit too, and Tracy Lorenz coach and stuff. There's a solid nucleus. It's going to be a different team because we lose a lot of speed and shooting with this group, but we're still good competitors. So even if the teams are different, so I think we're still just young.
You mentioned after the game Saturday, this is the most positive experience as a basketball coach. A different approach to coaching next year then?
Well, I don't know if you coach it differently as far as philosophy, but you can have to coach it different strategically because you've got different talents. Where we tried to feature earlier in Dean because of the incredible ability in the perimeter, I think the two leaders next to maybe Holly and Lisa inside, Kamiakin first pushing me outside and taking closer to the rim. So I think that Holly and Lisa will be the stuff next year.
So different strengths, different weaknesses, different emphasis next year for the Kamiakin Braves, but I'm certain you'll see them probably sitting on the stage again next year. Thanks for joining me, you guys. We have a break. We'll come back and wrap all this up and give you a music video to take one final look at these two teams. And these are all seniors sitting on the stage with the last chance you'll ever get to see them play. And I guess the tournament aside, Ari, is there some sadness, obviously, just because you're senior and you won't be putting on the Kamiakin uniform anymore?
Yeah, this year it was really fun, and we all enjoyed playing together, and our state tournament was our last chance to be together.
Talk about the bond, Tony, between the girls' teams and boys' teams. The path was so similar all season long. Both undefeated, two big men, similar goals in the state tournament. So you guys, you were all at each other's games. Was it almost like one big team?
We used to each other a lot. We didn't get to see too much in the league, but once postseason started, we had a lot of doubleheaders, and both teams were there rooting for each other.
So how did it feel? I think you play each other.
Not sure, because
That's basically going to do it from here. We would like to thank the Kamiakin Braves, both boys and girls teams, and coaching staff, and all the underclassmen, all the people who couldn't be here, all the Braves supporters. It was incredible how many people turned out in Seattle. It seemed like we had all the other groups out next to 2-1. And I'll tell you, everybody's talking about the disappointment and the downer of the last week and how everything turned out maybe not the way these teams would have hoped, but certainly you guys were a pleasure to watch and a pleasure to cover. And no matter what the standings say, obviously in this area you're number one with all the fans, and certainly you made yourself proud. And I think the thing that I'll remember, and I think the thing that people should remember, is not the losses at the state tournament, but how you both dealt with them. So congratulations to you all for how you finished out your season. And now we have a treat for you. We have a look again at the tournament, the boys and girls, and kind of how both those paths crossed and ran together at the state tournament. The Kamiakin girls finishing third, the Kamiakin boys finishing fourth. Thank you for joining us. Thank you guys once again, and we'll see you on Monday. Until you join in. Can see the fire when I look in your eyes. One time,
This may be the last time that we see around.